Hi, everyone, and welcome to Homebrewed's second episode. Yay! And we have a special guest star today. Yay!
Hello.
Woo!
Okay. So we have back with us Jay playing Anklebiter, the Goblin Barbarian. Zom with Sassy, her Tiefling Ranger.
And Noodle.
And Noodle, the Flying Snake.
Don't forget Noodle.
Can't forget Noodle. She's a good noodle.
Sorry, Mira playing Granny Locke. I kept going. It's not Birds and Nerds. It's Nerds and Birds, and I was like, that's not a real name.
Has a name. She has a name.
I know.
We decided in the chat a little earlier that my actual name is just Birds now. So
I mean,
Yeah.
I call
There
it
you go.
Soup.
I mean, on you.
Yeah, Soup's name is
Soup and
Soup as far
Birds.
as all of us are pretty much concerned.
there you go.
Playing Tiefling Druid Granny Locke. And we have Holly
wonderful.
playing Barry, the Tiefling Warlock. And
She's
special guest star, Twillin's back. Aaron, yay!
Here comes Twillin.
For at least one season, I'm not the only not tiefling in the party.
Yeah. Okay.
Join the
Small
club.
squad.
We've got jackets, and they're
So.
cool, and they have horns on them.
Okay, so
So wait,
I'm gonna draw that.
are tieflings born with the jackets? Based on that description, I think so.
Yes.
I'm gonna draw that now, you realize.
Weird.
Do
We weren't supposed to tell
actually
them.
design real jackets? I want a Tiefling Club jacket. I'm sorry.
okay, so last
Off to a
time
good start.
you guys started in the Yawning Portal.
Be a good player.
You met Slosh and Buzz, who told you about their lost friend.
Forgot their names.
You hopped on Gary and his cart.
I painted on him.
You painted on him. You led a fireworks
Give me
parade through
Kmart.
Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was
then
great.
you
Very slow one.
were attempted to be robbed by some highwaymen. And then some singing mists took you, and I'm sure that's not going to be important.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely not.
Oh, I'm sorry. The first thing I've written is the mists have taken you, so that is important. You find yourselves in a dense and shadowed wood. Immediately, you all notice
course we
the
do.
near constant oppressive howl of wolves. Though they quiet quickly and instead are replaced by laughter, song, and merriment. You hear the breaking of twigs as a man pushes a branch back, and he is a finely dressed man with a large brim feathered bard's hat. He wears a monocle and has wavy shoulder-length hair. He wears his mustache and goatee in a pointed fashion, and you would describe him as handsome. And if you look at the stream, he will be over my face in 1 second. Oops. There
I
we go.
don't know if I believe that.
So,
Oh, there he is.
he's holding in his hands a harp, and he says in a warm and welcoming voice, "New friends! Come, come! We are just settling in around the campfire."
I have several questions.
Perhaps I can answer them.
Where are we?
That's the first one.
That's a good one.
Welcome to Kartakis, friends. Are you not familiar? Are you not from here?
No.
Outsiders!
No.
Wonderful!
I would say that.
Wonderful. Always welcome new guests here. Where do you travel from?
Why do
I
you
mean,
need
we
to
were
know?
on a road.
I'm just curious. I'm a curious sort.
We're gonna keep that to ourselves for right now, if you don't mind.
Of
And Grady's
course.
like holding out her staff to him. She's not intimidating at all, by the way. She barely tops 5 feet, but like she's still trying to threaten him.
Sure.
She's got a presence. Larry's gonna assess and threatening, but she's kind of like excited to make friends, so she's like, yeah.
My current friends are trying to be threatening, but this guy wants to be new friends, and I like new friends, but my current friends are trying to be threatening, and just
It's a vicious cycle.
holding a hammer, giving a look.
Sazzy's just like, well, you seem just downright cheerful and chipper. You spoke a bit of a fire and some welcoming that may be happening here.
Indeed.
What's your name, stranger?
I'm
Stranger
Harkon.
friend. Huh.
I'm the mayor of a nearby town. Come. Plenty of room around
What
the
is
fire.
the mayor doing out here in the woods?
That's a darn fine question.
We have our song around the campfire. It's a wonderful tradition, no?
So
So y'all having some
you
kind
have
of
a
festival?
town, but you also have a campfire. Is it a shanty town?
No, it's a real town. We just
Mm.
like the company of these
Gritty-
woods.
Gritty is gonna lean over to Sassy and she's like, I was out of society for about 80 years. Is this something newfangled thing you people do?
I don't know. My society drove me out of town. I'm not too familiar with this. I don't remember everybody leaving and having fires, though. That seems a bit off.
I want to go have fun. Bye.
Come.
And I'm gonna walk
We
off.
sing,
Bye.
we share stories. There's marshmallows. It's great.
What is a marshmallow?
Oh, it's this.
Don't
Squishy.
ask.
You don't want to know what it's made of.
Embodiment of a marshmallow. Yay!
Don't eat the marshmallows. It's unnatural. Sugar should not do that.
Should.
It's also made of cow hooves, but whatever.
Ah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's made of his self-insert, Gary.
Um,
Kind of like Gary.
Gary hears the word marshmallows and just weeps softly.
Slowly start.
Harkon
backing
is
up
giving
almost
Gary
into
like
the
a-
cart and
like a
can't go
look.
further.
You see the highwayman who you guys sent on his way kind of peek around a tree and be like, anyone know where we are?
He does.
Am I in hell? Is this hell?
I don't think it's hell.
Yes.
I'm gonna go have fun. Bye. And she runs off to the fire.
Go that way, I guess. He'll kind of just start to wander. Barry, you
Yeah.
go. You follow the song of the sound of singing.
Yay. Is it good singing?
Oh, it's very good singing. Like top 5 singing you've ever heard. And they seem to be
She's enjoying
singing.
the singing.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
God.
can't sing, so I'm not going to. But the lyrics are: listen to the wind blow, watch the sun rise, run in the shadows, damn your love, damn your lies.
I love this song.
And if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you saying, you would never break the chain. And then there's a bass solo.
Neat.
But
There is a bass solo. It's a very good one.
Harkon kind of walks up behind you and sits back down at the campfire. And you see lots, mostly humans, but then there is one halfling with a wizard's hat and a floating eye behind her. And she's just kind of clutching a book to her chest. And Twillin, what else would you be doing?
At this point, Twillin is kind of also clutching onto a long stick that's about half the length of her body, and it has like there's a burnt crisp of a marshmallow on the end because she set it on fire and was just watching it burn and not actually doing anything about it. And kind of has been spending this time sort of eavesdropping on people and occasionally trying to talk and then them being a little freaked out by this tiny child with fire on the end of a stick. So she's just kind of hanging out and trying to, like, you can tell she wants to attempt conversation, but like not really at the same time. She's one of those people right now.
Barry
Okay,
would like
shoot.
to find the nearest person with marshmallows.
Okay.
As soon as
I'm sorry.
Granny like walks into the campsite, because she followed Barry, like she's not gonna let her get into any trouble.
I
But
followed
like as soon as she
Granny.
sees Twillin, she's gonna ignore everybody else and she's gonna like hobble up and get like right in her face and be like, "Do I know you? I feel like I know you.
I'm gonna follow Granny then. I'm gonna be like,
Is it
"Oh,
the
I
hat
know
or the
someone's
eye?"
marshmallows."
I feel like it has something to do with the hat. It's quite lovely.
Thank you.
But
I got it
feel
from a
like I
corpse.
know it."
I think I got it from a corpse. I think someone gave it to me off of a corpse. I don't remember.
So
Actually, I do. That's a lie.
Because I imagine, since in that instance Dord got most of him stabbed and probably bled on the hat a little bit, Hank's gonna get a little close falling Granny, and he's just gonna go, and then just look sort of at Twillin, and just start slowly. As he gets like really close, you can see he's not looking at you; he's looking up at the hat and just going.
Barry's gonna like.
Twillin will take it off and just kind of put it on his head very carefully.
The cat's gone.
Single teeth.
Anyway, I would like to go pet the eye.
Okay.
Can
I feel like Sassy's watching all of this, and she's just like, y'all thought these people were weird for having a fire?
Twillin just watches and goes, her name's Eileen.
I love it! Do you want to meet Neffy? And I think at this point Neffy's still a bat. So I've got like a little albino pink white bat on my like near my shoulder, probably buzzing around my head.
So just kind of like watches it, and then she's holding a kind of like feather but upside down, and there's like an inkwell kind of on her wrist, and she just kind of like furiously drawing it out.
Oh,
It's just what she does.
Pretty. I like to do art too.
Here we go.
And she's gonna oh no, Gary hasn't got art on him anymore.
No, he does not.
I mean, I probably would have actually grabbed him by the lead and brought him behind me. So he's here if you want to repress digitating.
He's just here, right in the middle of the campfire.
Oh, yeah.
No, get him
Cowbell
on fire.
jangling.
He's having a good time.
Like, he is my emergency next couple meals if it comes to it. I'm not letting him out of my sight.
I'm
gonna
not
paint
eating
on
Gary.
I hopefully am not eating Gary. Gary is more useful, not a meal right now.
I would like to paint the most impressive cutie mark that I could think of on Gary.
Okay. You paint a very impressive cutie mark.
Thank you.
Oh wow,
I want to
nice.
It's pink and sparkly.
Of course.
Gurney
it is.
will pat Gary on the head.
I'm gonna kiss Gary on the cheek. I was about to say Granny. I was like, no, wait. Granny would not appreciate the kiss. Are they still playing the chain, or?
They have gone into a different song now, but
Okay. Due to the cowbell, is it the
Little
chant
hawks
start to the
steering at our camp.
but again, you notice everyone here is a very good singer. Like, there's not a sour note in the bunch.
I'm gonna go around and be like, hey, are you guys like in a band or something? Maybe a band that had like a lot of relationships that ended up causing a lot of issues, which ended up creating one of the greatest albums of the last century.
The guy who fetched you from the woods earlier, Harkon, will be like, no, we just love a good song.
Because you're like all really good.
Thank
Kind
you.
of
We
weird that you're like all good.
do our very best.
That's nice.
And he'll kind of
that
reach
like-
into like a cloth sack and hand you a marshmallow.
She's gonna put it on the end of her sickle, one of her sickles, and like stick it in the fire.
Okay. As you reach for it, he kind of leans in for a second, and it seems like he's smelling you. And he says, "You have the stink of vampire about you. Are you a vampire?" And the music stops dead.
Well.
Record scratch.
That's, well. Look, it's been a long time since I've had any vampire anything. Like, that's just, that's part of my old life. I'm trying to move on now. I have a new name, and I'm trying to, experiment with different things. I'm trying to really move on. But, I really would love to get vengeance on the vampire family that killed my family.
Oh, you don't like vampires? Wonderful!
No,
And the music will start again.
Yay! And then she'll dance.
Everything got really tense for like a good 2 seconds, and then just party's
Also-
back on.
Yeah.
I have a question. Did
Sure.
he smell nice?
No, he smells musty.
I'm going with a bad musty.
It's
a
not.
kind of
It's not.
old
No, it is
building.
not a. No, it's.
Does he smell like wet dog?
He smells a bit like wet dog.
Wait, is
Okay,
it your
so-
Can I gauge by the wet dog smell that he's maybe a werewolf?
You can make an Arcana
Where's
check.
that?
Roll to metagame.
Hey, it's Zom's fault, really. Well, I rolled 3.
You don't think he's a werewolf?
Welcome to the Not Waffle crew. We don't roll well.
So whatever conversation Granny was having with Twillin, she's just gonna drop it, and she's gonna walk over to this Harkon guy. First off, she's gonna tell him, "You smell like you need a bath, but we all do, so it's fine. Just thought you should know."
These damn
No.
mists.
Yeah, what is it about these mists? One minute we were on our way to found some caravan, and now we're here and we don't know where this Kartakis place is, and suddenly you're at a campfire and you smell like wet dog, and it's all very confusing, and I would like some answers.
He'll kind of lean in and say, the mists, they roll over from the border. We don't know what causes them, but they bring people here. Outsiders. They're welcome here, of course. But we don't know how to send them home. Poor folk. I
Sir.
myself am not from Kartakis. I'm from Cormyr. Are you familiar, perhaps?
I spent 80 years by myself in the same place. I'm not familiar with very many things.
Okay.
Explains a lot about her, doesn't it?
Sadder than most stories I've heard. Cool.
Really? Because in my experience, most travelers, for whatever reason, have awful tragic backstories.
Mostly
It's the
orphans,
common
I'm
theme.
sure. Yes.
My
Yeah,
tribe's
me
dead.
too.
Same.
Well, I mean, like, my orphanism is debatable.
I feel like it's
I mean, I think
static.
I'm an
It's either
orphan.
yes or no. But
I'm pretty sure I'm an orphan.
Do-
Last
do
I
I-
checked, I had no living family, but I mean, I didn't really check very hard. Look, I was young. Anyway, so you were
So
saying
they're
vampires.
not
Are there vampires here that
living, but they
maybe
might
go
still be
down?
moving?
It happens.
Oh, listen here, Mr. Harkon. These little dorks who came with me, they may not have parents
Hey.
anymore, but they have a grandmother. And it's me, and I will take care of them.
it's good that they have someone to look after them, grandmother.
So upset you called me
You
little.
can call me Granny.
So
Grandmother
Harkon,
sounds too
Granny.
formal. It's weird.
There is
Harkon,
really
about 4
some
miles
concept
back in
of
this
that.
conversation,
Yes.
you mentioned that you were brought here from the Mists, and
I was.
and you just kind of camped out and became mayor of this your town.
Well,
Yeah, where are you from?
I am from Cormyr. It's in Faerun. Are you familiar?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we just came from
Did it.
there.
Oh,
I don't know. Do I know where
wonderful.
that is?
All I know is places have names that don't really matter, though.
Yes, I came from Cormyr must be 15 years ago now. I was taken by the mists into a realm called Barovia. Awful place. Dreadful. Gave me a great distaste for vampires.
Yeah. So there's no vampires here.
Teasing us with that
We don't
Barovia
allow
name
them
dropping.
in these
Lord.
borders. Sorry?
You're teasing us with that Barovia name drop.
What?
At some point in time, Twillin has taken the time to perform a ritual and slowly float Ank up on a floating disc so that he's now the same height as everyone else.
Okay.
Aw.
As soon as he notices he's getting off the ground, he's just going to kind of scoot off the disc.
It's like 3 feet.
He's just sitting on the ground next to Gary.
Gary's like looking over, it's like, oh, well, that happens, but it's like, oh, when he gets down.
But
There
It's
are
just
no
like
vampires
2
here.
inches up off the ground. It's just like, oh.
Once he gets off, she'll be like, "What else can I do with this?" And then just slowly start to lift Gary and see if she can do it.
is it tenser?
If he's more than it is. If he's more than 500 pounds, it's not going to work.
Oh boy, I think cows are more than 500 pounds, but I could be wrong about that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know that.
1 sec.
It gets kind of. Gary's a big boy too, so it gets like
Okay.
2 or 3 inches off the ground, and then kind of you hear it like crack, and you're like, oh, it's not supposed to do that, and it just kind of gently puts Gary back down.
Yeah.
But
Just
Harkon
like interesting.
Harkon will say after he was driven out of Barovia, he found this place, and they valued his singing, and he was made the Meistersinger of Skald, which is their title for mayor. But he said he
Can
was
you say
happy-
that again?
Sure, the Meistersinger.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like German for master singer, but
Yeah, I checked. You cannot lift the cow.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
off by like 4 or 5 tensors flying at discs. So.
Yeah, that's you would need it. You'd need 2 at least if it's a small cow. And you said was Gary a cow or an ox?
Gary's an ox, so he's
He's an
probably
ox.
he's pretty
Okay, yeah,
big.
you would need at least 2 tensors disc. Their average weight's like 1,000 pounds.
Jeez.
No, their average weight's like 2,000
fat
pounds,
cow.
actually.
Average weight on Google says 1,197
Yep.
pounds.
Okay.
Mine says kilograms.
Well,
And so that.
Well, you're in the UK and we're not. So that makes sense.
Sorry if you guys are wrong.
Yeah, we are.
but so he'll say he was driven out of Barovia. He came here, and the people were friendly, so he was friendly back, and he likes to sing. That's his story.
Lovely. I like to sing too. But I'm not very good. I'm gonna sit down now. And have
Quite
my
an
potato.
impressive
Not
form,
potato,
young lady.
marshmallow. Very sleepy. Barry's gonna have a nap.
Okay.
So did he just, I'm sorry if I missed it, did he tell us why he was driven out of Barovia?
He was hunted down by a vampire named Count Strahd von Zarovich.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Never heard of him.
No, you probably haven't. He's not a big deal.
Would I have? Potentially.
It would
Maybe
be
the friend.
very, very unlikely that people on the prime material plane are familiar with Count Strahd.
I'm just thinking because of my backstory, but it's fine. Just curious.
Your vampire lord keeper. He mentioned other vampires, but never by name, and just to tell you how
Alright.
stupid they were, and that he was great.
I don't think my vampire lord had shit on Strahd, but that's me.
I don't know. I think if I were a vampire lord, that might be the first or second thing I did, as long as I was aware I was not in Barovia.
Always tell like Strahd that he sucks.
This guy, am I right? We get it. It's Misty. Come on.
Yeah, right.
You
God.
get it, Strahd, you
Yeah,
vape.
exactly.
All the other vampires just call him the Vape Lord.
But
love
you
that.
can tell that the night's kind of wrapping up. Some people are slowly leaving. There's Harkon's still kind of plucking at his harp and kind of ribbing people who are going, like, oh, you bunch of lightweights. Like, oh, I guess it's going to be morning soon. Friendly back and forth. But, he says, well, if you need accommodations, the town of Meladine is only only about an hour's walk that way.
I saw like it's a good plan. Let's go sleep. I want to go sleep, guys. Please.
Do you want to sleep here or do you want to go to the town? Because you seem kind of tired right
I'm
now.
just sleepy.
Is she dead?
Did someone drug her?
Is she dead?
He'll kind of
I'm
smell
Gonna
the
look
marshmallow.
pointedly at Ink.
It was the marshmallow.
He'll chew it. Seem okay
Have
to
I
me.
been drugged?
You've not been drugged, no.
Just kind of pokes her with the feather.
Can you stop moving my dice, cat? Thank you.
Never.
Cat is helping. Cat is very helpful.
Yes, she
Cat's doing a
is.
good job.
What a good girl. I'm sleepy. We'll go sleep. Or do you want to stay here sleep? We could just sleep here. I would like a bed. Also, maybe then we can like figure out more about where we are because I mean that guy wasn't exactly the most helpful in the world. And I really don't know much about his tragic backstory with, Barovia, but I mean I don't think it sounds that relevant.
Does she
Kinda
talk
feels
this much,
it was
Granny?
just chewing right there.
And sometimes it's just best to let her get it all out, you know.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You making fun of me, Granny. I don't deserve this.
No. Shh. It's fine.
Okay.
I was making fun of you.
Well, you make fun of everyone because you're evil. I should smite you. Anyway, town.
Is
Now-
There will be
Your allies
no
evil.
smiting until we run across something that wants to kill us. which may be sooner than we think.
Gary is one of us.
What about smashing? What's our policy on that?
Wait until I tell you to.
I promise to try.
As you
And that's all I
Barry-
expect from you.
Barry's gonna hop onto Gary and like squeeze him with her leggy legs and go onward, find Steve in the general direction
And
where he pointed, but probably the wrong direction.
1 mile an hour.
I imagine
again.
Barry's sitting on him backwards.
Yeah.
Well, as they're slowly walking away, Granny is going to turn to Harkon. Be like, what was the town?
Grab Gary's lead before it gets out of reach.
Just like
It's like, no.
slowly being dragged away as she's talking to him. Will you be accompanying us to this melodying place, or are you going back to your town or whatever?
He says, I'll be heading back to my town tonight. It's a further walk, but
But you're so
I'd rather be home.
handsome.
well, thank
We
you.
don't have a lot of handsome.
Maybe when we figure out what the heck is going on here, we'll come visit you. You sing very nicely.
Wonderful.
Now, all
Handsome.
Thank
You-
you again. Yeah.
little one with the hat and the eyeball, are you coming with us?
Sure.
I like Eileen. She should stay.
What to say you are? Come on.
Yeah.
Bye,
let's
Dylan.
go.
I imagine that Noodle is just like flying around the eyeball incessantly at this point. He's just like, this is the coolest toy.
What are you? What are you? New friend? New friend? New friend?
That is like
Like, no matter how much Twillin seems to act as though the eyeball is sentient and believe it in her heart, it's definitely not. It's just kind of floating along after her, not really contributing much.
aw.
She occasionally like kind of pushes it along as the the road changes and it's not completely straight. She just kind of adjusts it as she goes.
Bumping walls
Just
all
kind
the
of
time.
floats there.
It's like
Yeah.
those kind of aesthetic purpose pet things that you get in certain video games that aren't your pet at all. They just float here forever.
Yeah.
They wanted to get in the game as quick as possible, so its pathfinding isn't the
This
best.
cost me $5 real life dollars, and I swear to God, he's coming with me.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry, I'm ruining it.
You kind of, there's a small group of people who are walking toward in the same direction as Harkon pointed, and
I'm gonna try and talk to you. I'm gonna go, hi, hello, hi. I'm trying to make friends with all of them.
okay.
Hi.
So people are walking in that direction. You can see Harkon is kind of putting out the campfire, and then he starts plucking at his harp and walking away. A couple people follow him. A couple people are going, down a different fork in the road.
So handsome.
But then the people who are walking with you start singing again, and they kind of are carrying a nice tune as you walk towards a small village.
What are they singing?
They are singing. I only wrote down the lyrics for the chain. They're singing the chain again.
They don't know very many
It's their
songs,
go-to.
but they are very, very good.
They're very
Rihanna.
good. It's quite
They're
impressive.
very, very good, but at that one song.
Well, they know at least two. We just didn't recognize the other one.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
gonna,
sing-
guys. Do you do requests?
if we know
Do
it,
you know? Do you know Dreams also by Fleetwood Mac?
we know Harmonia Dreaming by the Mamas and the Papas.
That works.
Okay, we'll start singing that.
I have no idea what that is.
California Dreaming by the Mamas and the Papas?
No,
No?
maybe.
I'll share it.
Whatever.
Later. It's a good song.
And she's gonna try and sing along. Fail.
It's the words you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
She knows nothing. She's just gonna go like, whenever there's something that sounds vaguely familiar.
Twillin, you've been here a couple hours longer than these people, and during that time you made through your awkward charms, you made some friends at the campfire. And they were curious about you. Is there anything you'd like to ask them now that you're kind of away from a bigger group?
It's kind of like, So, like, I guess basically to avoid the entire weird Twillin speech, like, how did this kind of realm kind of come to be? If there's any kind of origin myth in that way, that makes any sense.
What if we want the weird Twillin speech?
Yeah,
Sorry?
But what if we want the weird Twillin speech?
It's really hard to come off the top of my head because she's like, so like some places are like boom and they appear.
Yeah.
Did this one just like boom and appear, or did like someone go like, I want this to boom and appear? So like, how did that happen? I knew he.
Did someone like maybe get possessed by a ring and then try to kill all of his friends and family that he's ever had and make a new realm because of it?
Like that. Yeah.
That's oddly specific.
It's very specific.
I
no,
have a story I really like.
they'll say
Good.
a couple of them will kind of confer, and they'll start speaking a tongue that none of you understand.
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive, unless you have an ability that lets you understand languages that aren't in the PHB.
But
Nope.
this character
Not this
does, but
Warlock.
one of them might.
But they'll kind of then confer and say, someone will say, it's rude, and they'll start talking in common again. And they'll say, we just know that the mists gave birth to the trees, and from the trees man came.
Can I make a religion check on that?
Tree people.
Well, like they walked out of the trees. It's not like literally. We're not
Can I make like
trans.
a
Tree people.
Does this sound
can I
like
make like
anything
a
that
nature
I would
check
know?
on that?
Sure.
Or would that be more of a religion? Like
You can make a nature check.
Should it,
Or
Or
is
religion.
that something that is that a like
Which one is
myth that I would
Rather than
recognize
save it doesn't matter.
for some reason?
You can make a religion check.
Ooh.
Okay.
I got
For
a-
nature, I rolled an 18.
Okay.
I got a 13 on my nature check.
Okay.
I got 18 on religion.
Okay.
I rolled 14 on religion.
Okay. So
I'm not religious enough, clearly.
Granny Locke, you know that they are speaking in metaphors. They don't seem to be tree people. You've met
Good.
a dryad or a treant in your day, and they do seem to mean they're not literally tree people. They are the trees are just their home, and the area is heavily forested, and Twillin, that doesn't necessarily match up with any common creation myths that you've heard. But this place is weird.
Okay.
And it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility that in a different realm, mists gave birth to people.
Would I have time to do more prying to kind of ask about like any sort of generally known like heroes or
Oh,
I was gonna go with the term king, but that seems inaccurate. Just like known people and kind of what they did and how they did it and what they did it with, I guess.
Sure. They'll say there aren't many heroes from around here, and that there are plenty of bad people, especially in neighboring countries like Barovia or Forlorn. What's the one? There's Lambodia has some real mean people in it. And they'll say the closest thing they have to a hero is Harkon. He's kind of the de facto leader of Kartakas because he's the mayor of the biggest city. Yeah.
He's so lovely and
He's a-
dreamy. And
he's a good man.
He's the best. Yeah. He's lovely. And really handsome.
He is pretty handsome. I mean,
Can I ask them? I'd like to know: is Harkon the only one of y'all that have come in from Barovia specifically, or do you guys come from all different places?
they'll say this particular group, they're all from Kartakas, but that recently, especially, the mists have been dumping more and more adventurers into Kartakas. None of
Do
them
they have
seem
any
to
idea
walk
what-
over from Barovia, but they've also heard rumors that the count that Harkon was mad at is missing from Barovia.
Oh.
Sure, that's fine.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine.
That's okay.
Twilin just kind of like brings out one of her maps and goes, "So where are we right now?" And you know, it's like
They'll
it's like scribble mess of like a forest that makes absolutely no sense.
It's a map that only she can read, and she's asking someone else where they are on it.
turn it upside down, flip it over, and look at the reverse of it.
Barry's gonna like look
And then
over
kind of just point at a spot on it. And I think we're here.
Okay, rolls it up, stuffs it back in her bag.
So can you?
we're out.
She'll like walk over to the nearest person who's like walking next to her, and she'll kind of like bang her stick up against their shins to get their attention. She's like, "So can you tell me more about where we're going?
Oh,
Because we seem to be walking to a place where we have no idea what it is or why we're going to it."
Oh, well, it's a town. There's an inn. Do you not want an inn?
Yeah, we could get drunk.
Yeah, we wanted in, but like, what is the town? What does it
Because
do?
you weren't out
for
of
the
it
people?
enough, Barry.
I'm very ill, honestly.
Like, for all I know, I could be walking into my certain doom.
Oh,
I mean,
oh,
I did think.
very
like,
friendly.
I'll protect you, Granny. Granny, don't worry. No one will hurt you. I love you, and no one will hurt you.
Can I get perception
Well,
checks?
thank you,
Oh,
dear.
sorry.
They're very nice
Perception checks, please.
from everyone.
Oh boy.
Let's see who's cooperating first.
Oh,
Where'd it go?
Oh, okay. So I
There
rolled.
it is!
There it is.
Come on, guys.
Welcome to the
would
Not
say
Lava
that-
Crew.
I am unaware
I
that I
would
am
say that
in the world.
I would say that I also rolled a 1, but because I'm a halfling, I can reroll ones.
You do. You can.
So
So I rolled both of my
That's
d20s
20.
to see who is feeling more cooperative. One of them rolled a 20, the other one rolled a 1. So that's what we're going to go with today.
Okay.
I got a 5.
I
got
got
a
a not.
7.
I got a not nat 20.
Dirty 20? Okay.
If that makes any sense. Yeah,
An unnatural 20, if you will.
sadly.
Okay.
15.
15. And what did you get, Granny Lock? Sorry.
7.
7. Oh, come on, guys.
Even with my +4 modifier.
Okay. Twillin and
Sorry,
Ank,
Granny.
the two people who probably care the least. Okay.
Just still out of character.
Um,
They're seeing this.
What we're here to do.
Suboptimal.
you see, maybe half a mile down the road, the mists are clearing, and you can see what looks like a small village. But coming up on your right, you see what you would describe, Twillin, you especially have probably seen one of these before, an astronomer's tower. And you see a freshly planted sign outside that is like still wet with paint that says, now in residence, Thul Arksum.
Ooh. I can't see this, but I'm interested.
Twilla's gonna not saying a word, run over, look at the paint, and turn the R into a B if it's all capitals, just to mess with it.
Okay.
Just to-
Yeah, you can do that.
which probably also notifies people that there's something there, but she just kind of runs over and goes what if I just
Now in
Little
residence,
shit.
Thul Arksbum.
Barry's gonna up
Yep.
behind her and be like, oh, are we painting? I want to help. And starts doing sparkles on the sign with her stupid prestidigitation
Okay.
pink paint.
Granny Lock is gonna hobble over to them and kind of with the same enthusiasm that like a parent putting their 2-year-old's drawing on the fridge. So it's like, oh yes, that looks so wonderful.
I continue to
Y'all, I
humbly
think that's
lead Barry
vandalism
around.
if you don't own the sign.
So what does it say now?
It says Thul Arbsum. Abscum.
It looks interesting. With sparkles. It's pretty now. I want to go just that way.
But yeah, this tower.
You want to go to the tower or to the town?
to the where the arrow point.
Okay. You.
Hi.
You walk up to the
I do.
observatory door, and it is.
I'm gonna knock on it.
You knock on it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock in a nice musical rhythm, like do 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 do.
Okay.
But it knocks, but I can't knock on anything.
You will hear a voice from inside say, "Oh, it's open."
Oh, okay.
Wait. Oh,
Should we stop her?
wait until the rest of us get there. I've got old legs. It's gonna take me a
I'm
minute.
sorry, Granny. I forgot. And I'm
Do you want me to
gonna
help?
Run over and pick up Granny and bridal carry her up to the door.
That too.
Oh, wait, what are you doing? Stop!
Do I have to make a check for that, or are you
Well,
just
if
gonna
she is
allow it?
fighting you, yes.
Granny's fighting. Oh yeah, Granny's fighting
Yeah,
you.
if
She's
she doesn't want you to pick her up, I would suggest not picking her up. But
I mean, if
It's
she's
done.
determined.
Oh, shit. That's...
Oh, I'm fighting her hard.
okay,
I rolled a. That's strength, right?
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah. I rolled a 15.
okay.
Oh yeah, I fight you off. I rolled an 18.
Yeah.
She starts batting you with her stick. She's like, "Don't touch
Okay,
me!
I'm sorry, Granny.
Don't try to pick me up. I'm too old."
I just wanted to help. I'm sorry.
So
Just
I
turns and
Now I'm
grabs
busy tying
the
Gary
eye.
up to something.
Okay.
Kind of grabs the eye, it's holding it to herself like a really
like,
demented plushy animal or something. Just kind of walks up.
So while all of this is happening, I'd like to say that Sassy was kind of investigating the tower and the sort of observatory. Can she tell if it looks like it's been there for a while or if it's newly constructed?
The observatory looks like it's been there for a while, but maybe someone has recently done some work on it.
Okay.
Like you can see some new wood scaffolding that looks new, especially with all this mist. You can't imagine wood lasts very long around here. That looks new, kind of supporting the telescope. The lens on the telescope looks pretty new. The metal casing of it looks kind of beat up, but it's a combo of new and old. Gary licks you in the face, Ank. Boo.
It's definitely not Barovia. It's not dusty enough.
So
Okay.
So I guess we're walking back up to the door,
okay.
and Granny's gonna start banging on it with her stick to see if it's trapped.
Make a perception or investigation check, please.
Oh, rolled off the table.
Doors are evil.
Oh, that is not great. That's a 10.
You don't think it's trapped?
Doors are evil.
All right, cool. And she'll use her stick to push it open.
Okay,
Unless it's a pull door, then she's gonna look stupid.
10-foot pole this door open. It creaks
It's
open.
already open. He already said it was open. Who is he? I wonder who's in there. I'm gonna go look inside.
Probably the guy on the sign.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm gonna go inside and I run in.
Okay.
Skip jauntily.
Trapdoor.
The mists surround you and take you to a different place.
God damn it.
Bye!
And that's what we're supposed to do.
I'm gonna go hunt Strahd, if though he's actually not there.
So you
I mean, you can still hunt him. You're just not going to be very successful.
you run in and you see a dusty little library kind of set up. It's got a bunch of shelves with books all over it, and some tables with scattered notes. Looks like he's drawing maybe constellations or something. Some mathematical notations, and then a big. Sorry.
I want to sneak up behind him to look over his shoulder and go.
He's not down
Oh,
here.
pretty.
It's just
Oh, okay.
stuff.
Aww. I wanted to spook him.
And then you see a spiral staircase going up.
Can I
wanna run up
see
the spiral
if-
staircase.
I see
And
if
then you
there's
fall down the
a-
spiral staircase.
Is there a possibly like a book that has more ritual spells that I can copy down just for the heck of it?
Sure, make a Arcana check, please.
While
Here I
you do
go.
something sensible, I'm gonna run up the spiral staircase.
Sassy would
Oh,
like to know.
that's a 4.
Sassy would like to know if there's
So
like a
no.
telescope or anything in here.
It looks like there's a telescope up the stairs.
Okay,
You
but
mean
not like
a
any like
one?
small. Yeah,
there
like
is like a like sailor's telescope on the
Like a
table.
spyglass.
The spyglass.
Okay.
Yeah, I get distracted by a cool looking astronomy book and start looking through that instead.
I'm running up and down the spiral staircase.
A voice from upstairs will say, "Up or down? Pick one."
But it's so fun. I wanted a spiral staircase.
Oh, there's no
Clang,
need
clang, clang,
to
clang, clang,
shout
clang,
mean
clang, clang, clang,
things.
clang, clang.
In which case, she's gonna probably about halfway up. She's gonna realize that she's getting yelled at, and then she's just gonna slide down and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Slide down the railing.
Okay.
Whee!
That looks dangerous.
All right, Sassy's
Yeah,
going up the
probably.
stairs. She wants to go see who lives here.
Granny will follow.
You
Barry will play with her cat on the floor.
okay?
The notes.
Can I float up the stairs on the disc? That's actually impossible. You need to be 20 feet for it to move.
I was gonna say I don't think you can, but for flavor,
Yeah,
yeah I don't.
you
It's
can.
not in a dungeon. It's fine. You surf your way up the. So who's going upstairs? It was Sassy, Twillin, Granny, Ank. Okay, cool.
Barry got yelled at, so she's
Yeah.
pouting.
He just said pick one. He didn't say you couldn't come up.
No, but he yelled at me for,
Before
for
you
having fun. It's not fair.
go upstairs, and you see a frail-looking old man, bald but a long white beard. He's got golden spectacles on, and he's looking through some elaborate set of lenses that seem to lead up to the big telescope in the domed ceiling. And he'll kind of pick up his notes and throw them across the room and say, "God damn it! What? I mean, hello.
It would really suck if one of those lenses broke.
It would not be great.
You just seem to be having a bit of a day there,
It's not
friend.
a great day, is all I'm going to say. Hello.
Barry,
I couldn't
Well,
tell by
good.
the paper throwing. Almost hit one of us in the face.
Arc sub, sorry.
the yelling, Barry
Tower
runs
of
up.
Wonder.
Takes paper off face.
Oh, sorry.
Picks
there's a
paper,
goblin.
picks paper up to look at it. Can I just look at the paper that Hank just threw off his face and be like,
Yeah, it's a bunch of math equations that seem to calculate a day.
huh? Is that Yule? Doesn't look like it. Throws away.
It was no good anyway. Hello.
Are there any shiny things in this room?
Pardon me, there are lots of shiny things in this room.
Ooh. Takes the paper off. Cat!
Cat!
Goodbye, cat. Farewell. Be free, my daughter.
Now she doesn't want to leave.
And now
Gertie will
there she
say-
will stay.
Now that we're past all the yelling at each other and throwing things, might we ask who you are?
I'm Thrall Arksum, and I guess I live here now.
Couldn't tell by the sign.
Did you live somewhere else before?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Waterdeep.
think so messed up that sign
better.
of yours. You should look at that.
We're also from Waterdeep. We came from Waterdeep. I mean, did we come from Waterdeep?
That's where we just came from.
Yeah, it is where we came from. Thanks, Granny. We're from Waterdeep.
I didn't.
You know how to
Maybe
get home
you
yet?
were from
Not me.
Waterdeep. I just kind of ended up there.
Yeah, this is from
I
Waterdeep.
don't know where Waterdeep is.
Oh. Well,
It's wet and it's deep.
the city?
I believe it.
Are you sure you live there? The water is wet and deep.
Yeah, that's why it's called Waterdeep, right? Right?
Because the harbor is
Right.
deep, yes.
Yeah. I
Look,
like
listen, if you get in a logic battle with her, we're going to be here for a very long time. So why don't we just move right along and
the shiny wet stuff.
Isn't Barry still downstairs? Is she shouting up the
Yeah.
stairs
No,
right
she
now?
ran upstairs.
Berries come up.
Yeah, no, she ran upstairs.
I missed that, trying not to jump and grab all the shiny things.
Aw. I want to grab and jump full of shiny things. I'm gonna be a cat. I'm gonna go get shiny things.
Twillin
He
very
will-
before she can really like run off. Twillin will just like do a little dancing lights above Barry in order to keep her
Okay.
kind of distracted.
Thank you. The goblin's one thing. He can't break anything if he hits it. She's full grown.
I wouldn't say that about goblins.
What is the most
But-
fragile thing I can see?
Barry-
Probably the
Barry's
little crystal thing that he was
Barry's so
looking
sad.
into a second
It's
ago.
getting hammered.
Oh
You brought this on yourself, young man. You insulted the goblin. He's
Yeah,
gonna let it
yeah.
loose. I can't stop him.
Does anybody have mending?
He will cast mending on it. Very expensive mending.
Shoulders
fine.
hammer.
Mending.
Goes back to
Now I
looking
don't
at floor.
suggest you do that again. We can't really control him, and
no, we
we're
can't show
going
up at people's houses and start breaking their shit.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
How about y'all just calm down and let's talk to this nice man about why his math equations are giving him feelings.
Math equations give everyone feelings.
Thank you, ma'am.
What's math?
It's very important.
What's important?
I have my doubts.
I want to see what important is. Show me important.
He'll point to a chalkboard that has a bunch of math equations on it.
Are you sure that's important? It kind of looks.
Yes.
Boring.
Yeah.
Now that looks like some magic I'm not quite familiar
I know
with.
what this
Twillin-
needs, and she's gonna prestidigitation some pink chalk and start drawing sparkles all over it. In hearts and
Twillin
stuff.
will walk over and like basically cast identify, not get anything, be like, I don't get it.
He'll say, "No, you know what? It's fine. Can I help you find young people?"
What like
Young.
Yeah, where
just
are
from
we?
like
I'm not really
glancing at the chalkboard, does Twillin see like the thing that's driving him mad or not?
Make an insight. Oh, okay. Wait. How do you mean the word mad? Do you mean angry
Like-
or like insane?
Like frustrated at the
Okay.
maths.
Yeah. It's
Barry is
okay.
also going to attempt to help with that.
Can I make an insight check to see if I understand any of it?
Sure.
Yeah, that was
Everyone
that's
can
kind of
make
what I.
insight checks. Yeah.
Oh wow,
So that's a 17.
Okay.
I got a 19.
Okay.
Granny does not get it at all. She rolled a 4.
Okay.
Barry can help with math.
Okay. So it's
She was alone by herself for 80 years. She doesn't know.
Math
you
isn't that
see
great.
a bunch of numbers on there, although some of them are sparkled now, so it's a little hard to make out what was actually under there. But he has a couple things circled, and then like +1 day, +2 days, and then kind of a number circled, -1 day, -2 days. And he's got -2 days underlined. Like something was supposed to happen 2 days ago, and he doesn't know why it didn't.
So, like, what was this meant to be?
He said, "Well, I haven't been here long, but I started. Might as well make use of my time here. I started looking at the stars, and I noticed something moving towards us. And it was supposed to land here 2 days ago, and I can't find it."
Oh.
So
Well, you
after
probably just
smashing
got the
the...
coordinates wrong, and she's gonna start doing her own math equation to figure out.
Having got
Mage Hand pushed the chalkboard away from you.
having gossiped with all the townspeople for a couple hours, did I like hear about something that could be correlated with this?
Yeah.
Or because that feels like a large enough event.
Make another insight check to see if you would have discerned that from anyone.
That's a 15.
Okay. You heard kind of someone whispering at some point that the mayor's house got smashed a couple nights ago. Like a tree branch crashed through it.
Oh.
And the next morning it was fixed. And who fixes a roof in the middle of the night? Like, why would he care?
Okay. Yeah. She's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's the day that Harkin? Was that his name?
You mean the handsome boy?
Or
Harkin's the mayor of a
Oh.
different
not
town,
him.
not this.
Okay.
You would have learned that this mayor's name is Yuri.
okay.
Oh,
Didn't
nice.
Yuri's roof break and then unbreak in like that time?
Wait, what?
The roof broke and then it was unbroken. I don't know, I'm new here too. But that's what they say.
He will
Road
start to
trip
gather some
Yuri.
papers and go down the stairs.
Okay. Also,
Wait,
at
wait,
this
wait,
point,
wait. We're not done asking you questions.
Oh, okay.
You can,
Yes. I'm very interested in your plight.
also important
I
to
don't
note,
think he- I
at
don't
this
think he
point,
says.
Ank would have put his harness back on and is standing at Granny's feet just with the end of the leash holding it up for her
Okay.
to grab.
Still take it from him.
Barry's
He,
gonna.
he broke a thing already. This is probably for the best.
Barry's gonna run up to the wizard man and be like, "Well, I get that we're not super important, but you don't look like that you could defend yourself, so we'll come with, and we'll look after you. Not that we care or anything, but I'm just look.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
bored and I want to go do something fun, and that sounds like fun, so I'm gonna come with you.
I thought you
We
wanted to go to
also
sleep.
haven't slept in a really long time, and I think we need to get to the town.
I'm tired.
I don't need to sleep.
Oh, that's right.
I wish I didn't
Huh?
need to sleep. That's so cool.
I don't have to s-
Yeah.
And
Have
I
you
just spend
tried?
that time. I mean, I end up lying there and get bored, so I just don't.
That's cool. I want to sleep.
By the way, Granny has given Ank a granny candy for putting himself in the harness as a reward.
When I see that,
Pause
He
Every
politely puts it back in her bag.
Granny candy.
He takes it back out and throws it at Barry.
You're gonna have to get him like little bits of beef jerky as reward instead of granny candies.
She only has granny candies. I don't know. What are these
Dog
rations?
treats that you like break up and just give them like a little nubbin of. Anyway, Mr. Astrology Man, we're what was meant to land or whatnot? You don't really know, do you?
I think it was a
You know-
comet, but
The comet sounds cool. We should go find the comet. Please. I want to find the comet.
Oh.
Maybe we should have a nap first.
So
Mr.
before
Astrology Man, would you like a nap before we find the comet?
any of that happens, Sassy's kind of like, she'll be like, so you said you haven't been here for long, and you came from Roundabout's Waterdeep. Have you
Yes.
heard of a gentleman named Phineas? I think that was his name.
who are you trying to?
The guy that we were looking for originally.
Is this guy?
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Wait.
Thrall
Sassy
Arkham was
says-
the
Excuse me,
astronomer
sir.
you
Have you heard of yourself?
okay.
Yeah.
Phineas. I might have been looking at the wrong
Phineas
name.
is
from a different-
the guy, the wizard you were
Yeah,
trying
okay.
to find with in the
Never
very
mind
first
then.
one shot.
So
Yeah,
okay, so we can confirm this is the guy
Yes.
that we've been looking for that went missing. Okay.
Yeah. When Sassy brings that up, Barry's just like, oh, it's you! We were meant to find you! Your drunk friends who were drunk.
found
and
me.
their
Oh,
names were
Buzz.
drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Now we need to bring you back, and then we can finally get paid.
Yeah,
Good.
that's why we have Gary.
How do we get home? After I look at the comet.
Okay.
Comet.
Maybe the comment.
Well, you're the smart one, you and your Mr.
What?
Maths. Why don't you figure that out?
I can't.
What's
Not
the
that
import
kind of
of this
attitude.
comet?
Well, it's interesting.
Maybe we should
Oh.
just like walk and.
Science
walk
is cool.
and- Science is.
Thank you. It's very important.
Eh.
The
Mm,
you get it, young lady. I like you, and your
well, I
eye.
mean, you don't need science if you
Her
like
name's Eileen.
make a pact.
That's
with
clever.
The devil or whatever.
What?
Thank you.
Now then. My patron's a unicorn anyway, it's fine. He's lovely. His
So
name
you
is
didn't learn
Charles.
magic the honest way.
Rude!
Apple.
He was very
Here,
honest. It was a gift.
He'll kind of point, and walk down the stairs.
Can Granny trip him?
You can certainly try.
Maybe I shouldn't tell him about the cult. Anyhow.
Granny's gonna try to trip him
What?
with her staff for being rude to
What?
Barry.
Okay.
Wait.
I
I was going to say, if he's close enough to Granny that she can do that, can I actually run around his legs and wrap him up in the chain?
Okay, well, he's being tripped. Hold on.
So we've come into his house, we've made fun of his math, we broke his lens, and now we're tripping him down the stairs.
Oh,
He's
boy.
apparently weird
cheater!
Look, he made fun of my tiefling granddaughter. He's gonna get tripped.
I mean, that's fair.
He has...
Granny's already tripping him. I'm just adding to the chaos.
So what do you want to do? You want to wrap him in a chain?
If Granny
first
is
gonna
tripping
try to-
him while he's falling, I want to run around his ankles because Granny's also holding the leash right now, so it would wrap the leash around his legs as he's going down.
Okay.
Did you just stop singing Fall Out Boy?
That was me singing
I
Kesha.
was going to say, that was a Kesha
Alright.
song.
Sorry.
Okay.
No worries.
He falls down the steps,
Yes.
and he seems to be passed out at the bottom of the stairs.
And he's dead. Good job, everyone.
Yeah,
Go
that might be
team!
a problem.
Barry's gonna run down there and attempt to resuscitate him.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I mean, I guess she'd do like medicine to see if she can stabilize him or
Okay.
whatever. Yeah. She did really badly, in which case she's just gonna do her Warlock Celestial Lay on Hands. Which
Okay.
is
It
rules
doesn't
are
do
here
anything. He's
somewhere.
dead. He had like 6 hit points, and he took like
Can we go?
15 falling damage.
Barry
Can we
just
go?
turns and looks at Granny and she's like, Granny, I think we murdered him. Granny, are you a murderer?
So
You-
what I'm hearing is we have just come into possession of a lovely new home.
This is her home now. We did it.
We could be the astrologers.
You guys aren't getting paid for that job, I'll tell you what.
All of these shiny things are mine.
No, I want shiny. We will share your shiny. We will split the shiny 50-50 shiny. Shiny 50.
Maybe.
No.
All right, Granny does not care that she killed this dude. He was rude. He made fun of my party, and
Okay.
It was rude.
Tulin's gonna
I mean, he
like
was rude, but...
Tulin's gonna like
Okay, I...
start dragging
That
him.
seems a little
Start
Yeah,
extreme.
something coming, but probably not this much.
Tulin's gonna like start dragging him out of the tower with the purpose of outside casting another floating disc and going to find a cleric and being like, "Look, I think he died of a heart attack. Can you help?"
What's all this blunt force trauma to his head and ankles?
Nothing.
If
Don't
you
worry
have a
about
heart
it.
attack on the top of the stairs
Okay,
and fall down,
fair.
it's not Tulin's concern.
And then he got caught up in those chains somehow. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, they're messy. Wizards are messy.
They
So
are
you
very
put him on
messy.
Tensor's floating disc and start walking towards
Just
town.
gonna go to the town, see if I can find
Before-
someone. And this light is super annoying. I'm so sorry, y'all.
That's okay.
before we start
Um,
going to the
breaking a
town,
little
Granny's
bit.
gonna search the tower and see if she
Swinging.
can find anything that can further their quest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give
That's a-
them
Everyone
an
give
inkling
me
of what to do next. No,
perception or
No,
arcana checks, please. Pardon me.
Everyone?
that's better
Yes,
for
please.
me.
Yeah, Twillin on your way out. You
Definitely.
get another look at the
Well,
bookcase.
19.
Ooh,
my
19.
perception is really good, but I keep rolling low. I got a 10.
Okay.
I
What
rolled
do
a
I have to
9.
roll to ransack the place?
Perception.
Okay.
I
What'd you
rolled
get,
a
Sassy?
9 away.
A dirty 20.
30-20. And Barry?
It's only a 7.
A 30-20. That's amazing. Yeah, I'll just see myself out. It was nice, guys.
Yeah. Okay, so Sassy got a 20. Uh-oh.
Everything's fine.
Everything's
We're good
fine.
here.
I did nothing.
It's fine.
Fine. Okay.
Tulin's just going along with this at this point.
Twillin, you're kind of
We had a good
walking the body out like it's a floating gurney. And as you pass the library, a book catches your eye this time. And it is called Shadow Blades of the Mist.
Ooh. Runs over, grabs, sticks it back, keeps going.
Sassy, you're just looking for things that might help you get home.
Yeah, just anything useful to save this poor man we've just murdered, or
Mary
just anything of note.
You find a
Mary
couple
is
books
looking
on
around at the
medicine.
sparkle things.
Okay.
A couple books on astronomy. Something just called On the Mists. And then a couple books that seem to be prayer books to 3 goddesses in particular. Soon, the goddess of beauty. Elistre, the goddess of poems and song. And, Liara, the goddess of joy.
Do you repeat those?
At some point, Twillen's probably recognized that Sassy wants to do something and has invited her along to go find a clerik to see if something can be done.
Okay.
While you're escorting the body on Tensor's floating disc, Barry's going to use prestidigitation to make it sparkly.
That's...
The disc or the body?
Sure, that's what he would have wanted.
I mean, he likes stars,
Yeah,
right?
it's cool.
Yeah, totally.
Hank, would you get on your perception check?
7.
Okay.
I'm just grabbing shinies and throwing them in the
it's
bag.
just nothing particularly of value, but there's a lot of shiny stuff up here. Lots of glass, lots of sort of lens things. You might be grabbing gems, too. You don't know. He was a wizard. And just kind of... typical... just kind of clearing shelves into a bag. It's all shiny.
Barry's
It's like grab the bag of holding off of wherever Granny has it stored around her waist or whatever, and just like...
Sort it out later.
You're the one leading Granny around, so you can shove the stuff in her bag.
At this point, yeah, as she's still holding the leash, I might be dragging her around.
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
Barry's gonna kneel down and talk to Neffy and be like, do you think he's gonna be mad at us? I think he might be mad at me.
Bat
it wasn't
will
my
say,
fault, but
for killing him? Yeah, I think he's going to be a little mad.
no.
Don't forget stealing his stuff!
He's probably not going to like that
I
either.
didn't kill him. Technically,
At least he's not going to know about that one until he gets home.
it's not my fault. He was mean to me anyway, and he was mean to Charles.
Who is
His name
Charles?
isn't Charles. The
Who is
patron.
Charles?
My unicorn.
Oh,
I haven't thought of a name for him yet, and I thought Charles. But
okay.
His name is Charles now, I love
Yep,
it.
it's Charles. Let me write that
it
name.
can be short for something like Charlanditha.
Charlemagne, perhaps?
Yeah, that'll
Charlatan?
do. I call him Charlie. Or Charles.
At some point,
Oh
Twillen's
god, your
going
patron
to...
is Charlie the Unicorn.
Yep. At some point, Twillen's going to, on the way, summon her Sentinel Raven and go, was this supposed to happen?
What does your raven do again? Sorry.
Quote, it's a spirit sent by the Raven Queen to watch over you.
Okay.
So this is just kind of her contacting,
Okay.
or attempting to.
The beak will open, and in a low and raspy voice, it will say, everything happens for a reason. His
You know, when I-
Opposed to or not.
sorry, and continues, his death serves the weave.
Oh.
Does Granny hear this?
I was gonna say, does Barry?
You know, that wasn't a yes or no answer.
Oh, it's yes or no?
No.
Oh, sorry. The raven will kind of
She's like,
the raven will kind of look off into the distance and say, "Yeah, it's cool."
Barry looks over at the Raven critically and just
No
goes,
consequences,
"Well,
just how
Raven,
Granny likes it."
nevermore."
For now, I mean, it'd be better if we healed him, but it's okay.
I mean, we'll try. But this is Granny's warning. Like, do not mess with my grandchildren, or I will push you down the stairs.
Should we maybe
I'll help.
like, mount
Hell of a
his
warning.
head on your staff so we can warn people, or are we just gonna?
Wait,
'Cause,
what?
like, it's not a very good warning if no one knows about it.
you could take his hat.
We could take his hat and mount it on your staff, and then it isn't gruesome. But we can be like, yeah, this is from a dead guy who insulted my child.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
I like it
Just
better if they
one
don't
day
get
Granny
the,
could
you know,
embroider,
pre-warning warning.
Like, treat my children with respect. I don't know. Maybe we should have a nap. I'm sleepy.
Sassy is just so horrified by all of this. She's just like, we killed him, y'all.
Gritty is gonna like.
He just had some math and a bad attitude, and we killed him.
That's a bad attitude.
gonna pass
Maybe he should have been a little tougher.
Barry's
gonna
like,
pass
He's a zero-level NPC.
Maybe he should have been a little tougher.
Barry's gonna huddle up to Sassy and is like, it's okay, it's fine. And Neffy's gonna turn into a cat and crawl up on her lap and start purring to calm her down.
Noodle does not care for that at all. You are his.
Am I still taking this body to find a cleric to see if they can bring him back, or?
That's up to you guys. That's what I was assumed you were
I feel like-
walking ahead.
If she's doing that,
I feel like Sassy latches onto that idea. She's like, we gotta bring him back. We have to make this right. We can't just let this poor soul die because he was a bit cross.
yeah. If
Yeah.
she's doing that, Gritty's gonna follow.
Accidents happen.
Can
Just like
that.
I don't feel like that was an accident, but
I mean, besides the
Accident
moral implications,
happened.
we were hired to
He
bring
made a
this poor soul
mistake,
back to
and
his
accidents happened.
Can Barry make
at the
a medicine
very least,
check
it's
to, like-
manslaughter.
Can Barry make a
Eh.
medicine check to attempt to like put bones and things back in the right place, just so when we get it to the cleric, it'll be easier for him?
You,
My-
You
yeah,
just need to learn how to
you
lie
can
with
make a
straight
medicine
face.
check.
Why do I feel like Granny's gonna end up in the stocks?
That wasn't so bad. I got a 15.
Please don't end up in
know
the stocks
that
while I'm still leashed to you.
Most clerical healing magic will fix that better than you can without any supplies.
She's still faffing over him to make him look presentable then.
Okay.
Like, she's just a mortician
Like
now.
yeah, like mortician.
Like
again.
prestidigitating the blood off.
Yeah.
Fine.
If there's any
Everything's
blood.
fine.
Everything's not fine. We killed a guy.
It's fine!
It's not how I thought today was gonna go. Okay.
I mean, same.
Like,
Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't expecting this either.
they're starting to get panicky and stuff, and she's gonna bend down and whisper in the guy's ear, "Are you evil?"
You don't get. A
He doesn't
response.
want to answer. I think that's a yes.
Aww.
I mean, he was at least rude.
He was rude. Maybe he's like, maybe
Maybe he was
I
evil,
was a
and this will
lineman,
be the
or was he
event
not
that
evil?
set him.
maybe he was chaotic rude. I
Um,
don't know what
okay.
I'm doing.
Maybe y'all just overreacted.
You're
I
walking
didn't
towards the
trip him.
town.
Fine.
Look, I didn't mean to roll the crit, okay? Sorry.
I tried to heal him.
I'm sorry, Granny's not. Granny's owning it.
Neither of me are sorry.
You guys.
Zero apologies from me or the goblin.
Um, you are.
I'm sorry, Twiddle. You're such a good
Um,
friend. And I love your eyeball.
You're walking towards the town, and you can see
I'm not good with names.
the people. The people who you were walking with earlier have started to kind of. It looks like maybe they were chatting in the town square, and they're starting to say their goodbyes. And
Can I grab a blanket out of my sack and like put it over the corpse? So
Sure.
it's less obvious somehow.
you
I
know,
don't-
there's just a floating blanket.
It's a ghost!
Use prestidigitation, make it look like we're a traveling circus show.
With a very tiny tent.
Y'all, they saw us 5 minutes ago. They're gonna know something's up.
Twilin skips up to one of them and goes, "Hi, you know where the cleric is?"
They'll kind
Is that
of
cleric?
look at you and say, cleric? Oh,
Yeah.
do we have a cleric?
I don't know. Do you? We need a cleric,
Wee woo.
please.
Okay. They'll say,
Yeah, the whole way back.
Oh.
Like very slowly.
Jergy. Jergy's got a level in cleric, and they'll kind of point you down the hall. or down the
Wait,
road.
jerky.
Jerky with a G.
Is a level enough to know a
Thank
raised
you.
dead spell?
I don't think so, but it's
Hypothetically.
fine.
With a name like
It's
Jergy, I'm just inspired with confidence.
This could be great.
Dylan has skipped off, and the platform is following her.
Yeah. We're going
you
to
see
Cleric.
up ahead a small wooden church is the building they pointed at.
Do I recognize what the church is for?
Sure.
Church things.
You can make a religion check, please.
I would also like to do the
Here
same.
we go.
Other
I
religion.
think. Oh, well, that was a 4 from me.
Okay.
16.
I know
I
nothing.
got a
16?
dirty 20.
Okay.
I
16
got
and 20.
Naughty 20.
You would both recognize this as a house that worships Elistray.
Is
Now,
it what? Church of
El-
Elistray?
Church of Elistray. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
welcome back.
go.
Granny
Your
was
camera
right.
dropped for a second.
Return.
And you guys would know that Elistray is usually a drow goddess.
A what goddess?
Drow, dark elves.
Oh,
But is,
That's great.
is worshipped as she is the good dark elf goddess.
uh-huh.
I mean, that's a pretty low bar.
Yeah.
Good.
Her alignment's chaotic good. She's part of the elven pantheon. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I mean, if the DM says it's fine, that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Gonna have that on my gravestone. And yeah, you see a small wooden church. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to
Skip.
knock on the door of the church in the same musical way that she did earlier on the door of the place with.
The man who's now dead.
Yeah, that guy. I don't remember. Observatory.
Okay.
Back when you knocked on our new
She's
door.
gonna get sad.
Musically knock on the door, and you hear a young man's voice inside say, "Oh!" And kind of, you hear the shuffling of feet, and a bright-faced young man opens the door. "Hello! Come to worship?"
How good are you at dead bodies?
Oh.
Okay. Okay. That sounds like a great way to start.
Yeah.
You know, I was
That's
gonna-
blunt and to the point. It gets the job done.
Father
Listen, if we
Brown.
start if you start with the bad news and then move up to the good news, then they end up happier in the end.
What's the good news?
Barry pets the cleric on the
We might be able to pay you for it.
Yeah, that.
That's pretty okay. Come in.
Skips on in.
Barry's gonna pat him on the way in and be like, "I'm sorry, Jerky.
That's not my name, but
Will
okay.
just doesn't understand."
And you hear Jergy say, "Father Broom, we have guests."
Father Broom, are you got a broom? Are you a wizard? Are you a witch?
No, he's a
Brooms.
priest.
Oh. Okay.
I'll be honest, he's locked himself in his office.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh
Of course he
no.
has.
Is
And
he
why
okay?
has he locked
Where's
himself
the
in his
door?
office?
Is his son in the basement?
Don't
and
tell
he's
the goblin
a
where the door
vampire?
is.
Tell the goblin where the door is.
First, let's find out why he's behind the door, and then tell the goblin where the door is.
Fair point.
he was attacked a couple days ago.
Oh, no.
Bye.
That's
Now-
good.
That guy's. We fought him off. He's dead now in the mausoleum, or the crypt downstairs.
Oh.
We don't
wait,
know why.
fuck.
But Father Broom's now a little upset and maybe a little worried it's going to happen again. He thinks the town's out to get him.
No, it's okay. We'll make sure that no one gets hurt and stuff.
Does that mean the eyeballs should stay out here?
Yeah,
oh.
probably.
Oh my,
And-
you have a little eye friend.
Her name's Eileen.
Do you have another blanket to
that's
throw
cute.
over it?
You know what? Yeah, he'll kind of put a little cloth over it. Is that okay?
It's another spooky ghost.
Dylan looks is like, I like this.
Okay.
Very, very.
Sassy, I feel like Sassy's gonna be like, okay, why don't y'all stay here, and I'll go
No,
talk to
no.
Father Sweepy.
No, fine.
Father Mop.
You're right. Yeah, Father Mop.
and a new little friend here. Why don't you go ahead and take me to the door, and I'll. Are we in front of the door? Am I?
Okay. No, he'll kind of point
Oh,
up,
okay,
and
okay.
there's like a back room that he'll take you to.
I just want to make sure I'm not like, take me to the door I'm standing in front of.
Twillen's gonna follow you for a little bit just because the body will continue to float behind her and then just kind of like set it down and then exit the room.
I'm
Whatever
gonna
room it is.
shuffle up to Twillen and like pat her on the shoulder and go, Twiglet, you need some better social skills. Like, you can't just go up to people
Nah.
and be like, Twiglet.
My name's Twillen.
But Twiglet's cuter.
This is
I
true.
don't think that's true, but
I don't think either of you have very good social skills, and from me, that's kind of saying something.
Yeah, so Sassy's gonna ask everybody to stay here, and she's gonna go try to talk to Father Broom on her own.
You're
Um,
Let me know when you can't get in the door.
This is going perfectly, guys.
the
I've had worse days.
Jurgi will gently knock on the door, and you hear an older man's voice say, "Go away!"
So Zazie, she kind of puts her hands on the door, and she's like, "Hello, Father Broom. My name is Sarsaparilla, but you can call me Sassy because all my friends can call me Sassy. And I was just downstairs talking to your clerk friend, and he says you might have had a bit of a tussle with some unfriendly folk here, and I just wanted to come up and see if you were okay."
I'm fine now. I'm safe in here. Go away.
Very close from.
What is the 5th edition version of Sense Motive? And can I hear him shouting?
Do you mean like it's insight if you just want to determine like his emotional
Yeah,
stance? Yeah. Not like you don't mean
think so.
like cast a spell, not like detect.
No,
alignment.
I
yeah.
don't have a spell cast.
Well, I didn't think so, but yeah.
13.
Okay.
Is he alright?
He just sounds terrified. He doesn't sound ill or driven bad or anything. He just sounds like a scared old man.
Well,
You should open the door.
Sassy, I think he's gonna need some help. We should
You-
go give him cuddles.
No, don't do that.
You may be safe inside that room, but there's not very much in there for you to, enjoy the spirit of life. Maybe if you come out and talk to us, we can help, make more places safe besides just the room.
And we can show you the holy light of Lathander.
Who's the Lander?
I don't know who Lathander is.
Sounds like a punk ass bitch.
He'll say from the door, "I have my books, I have my song sheets, I'm fine. Everything's fine."
You should open the door.
I can heal
Oh, you want to know another song?
Okay.
Yeah, we have songs.
Twillen takes out her reed flute and just kind of starts playing a little tune.
Okay.
Twiglet,
Make a
I didn't know
performance
you
check.
could music.
Neat.
Okay.
Twiglet.
21.
Oh, it's a very
This
good
is
song. You can
rolling
hear him kind of
really well.
tapping along. That's very nice, but I'm fine in here.
You should open the door. Thunk, thunk.
Yeah.
They're coming to get me! And you hear
If you don't open the
sounds
door,
like
then
a-
yeah.
Who's
Pull
coming
back
to get
ink.
you?
It sounds like you!
Me? I'm not coming to get you. I'm
puts
right
a-
here outside, and we're just talking.
Someone's
And everybody
banging on
else
the door.
is downstairs or wherever the other room is.
Can Gertie kind of like pull Ink back just a little bit away from the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was gonna look at her before actually trying to bash it down anyway, so if that's a no, then that's a no.
Yeah, that's a no.
It's just kind of like...
Not smashing yet.
"Good."
No.
Can Mage Hand go under the door?
No.
That is not a good idea.
I'm
No.
pretty sure it needs line of sight on it. You need to be able to see what it's
Under
doing.
the door. And
It won't fit under the door now.
Twillen
do it anyway.
Twillen will like rip a page out of her notebook, right? We kind of need your help though, and shove it under the door.
He'll snatch
Yeah,
it.
and as she does that,
hear
Sassy's
it
like,
on
okay, I
Coral.
understand you're afraid, but we find ourselves in a bit of a pickle, and we kind of needed your help. And so, if you could maybe come help us, maybe we can help you.
We would love to help. I can heal you if you're still hurt.
He will
If you're not, I can heal
crack
you
open the door, and like you just see one like bloodshot eye.
That's
devil!
his
And he'll
biggest
close it.
friendly smile.
He screams, "A devil!" and closes it.
Yeah, he's confronted with like 3
That's
tieflings and a goblin,
racist.
so
Maybe I should do this because I actually look.
I run
Now,
up
you
and
haven't
hug
seen many
Sassy and I'm like,
non-humanoids
"No, it's
around.
okay.
Non-humans. You're all
Whatever,
humanoid,
You're not
but-
evil. You're lovely and you're sweet and you're purple and lovely and I love you and you're okay. It's okay.
I suppose I should have anticipated.
so he
this.
just called one of your grandchildren a devil about that door.
He has the point. Last
might
time
be
though,
Look,
we
I
I
do
feel
not
like
appreciate.
That doesn't help our situation.
I do not appreciate him calling my grandchildren a devil or any of us devils. Lord
Yeah.
knows we've all gotten it once or twice in our life, but we need this man to help us. And she'll like kind of like lay her hand on the door, like just kind of like so you can hear her knuckles cracking against it as she kind of spreads it out.
Okay.
And she'll be like, Father Broom, we understand that you're scared. Many of us always are. And I'm sure that there are many people here in this town who are scared. But if you come out and maybe help us, we could rid this town of evil. Lord knows my grandchildren love ridding things of evil. Maybe you can help people be a little less scared, including yourself. Just, we can't do it without you. Also, I would very much appreciate if you refrain from the devil comments.
I know I look scary, but I'm all pink and pretty, and I'm just made of sugar and spice and all the nice things.
Me too.
Yeah, that's just how they're
Granny Lock.
born.
Sprinkles.
Please
It's like
make
having
a
black hair.
persuasion check.
I'm
Oh
made of
boy.
Sprinkles and totally not.
Oh,
no, no.
Can I
Would
I
Sassy
No.
saying things give advantage to that as
Yeah.
help?
Can I give her
Uh,
advantage?
You can have advantage, Granny.
oh thank God. I'm on a 4!
So about that door.
Destroy that die, Mira.
Burn it. Throw it in the
Just
harbor.
take this
Yeah,
one,
throw it in
honestly.
the fire.
I only have 2 D20s, and the other
I'm
one.
sending you more.
Last-
I have plenty.
It is time for new D20s.
Fine. I will buy you a new set.
I got a whole
The
extra
other one
set
was
right
really
here.
Evil. The only good roll you got was killing the NPC.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You
Tried
hear him.
so hard.
I know you did. It was a really good speech
so
too. I'm
far.
sorry.
And in the end,
You hear him. It sounds like he's dragging something to push up against the door.
Can I use silent speech to be like, okay, you're kind of overreacting, but like in a way so that it doesn't actually sound like my voice, just kind of maybe it's his unconscious speaking.
Well, it will. I think it sounds like your voice, but in response, in your head, he will say, "Elistray, is that you?
oh.
Have I failed my flock?"
Help! Tola just kind of like turns and is like, help me. This is
With
happening.
what?
I mean, I guess just roll with it. We're obviously not doing great in
What
anything.
do I
we do,
say?
so-
I don't know religion things. Yes.
Tell him that he's a failure until he helps us, and then he can redeem himself.
So
Go, Twiglet. I believe in
What-
you.
what do I know about
just
Alice
turned
Grace?
to us. We can't hear her talking to him.
No.
So she just randomly turned to the rest of us and said, "Help me."
Yes.
Yep. Wait, what do I know about this god's goals?
She wants to spread
Friend.
the arts of poetry and music. She tends
Okay.
to align herself with good deeds as well, like things that
okay.
are worth telling stories about. Heroes, poetry, epic poetry, that kind of stuff.
Tulin will say, these people are destined for great things, and they've hit a snag on the road for now, and they need your help in getting over that in order to write their own thing. Like at some point, she summons the
Yeah.
raven to go. How do I speak more eloquently? Please help me.
The raven will say, "I believe in you. You're doing great." No, go with the hero thing. Go with the hero thing. It's working.
Raven's just like,
okay. you can like it doesn't sound like it in his head, but everyone can see her very clearly panicking because she's like, I don't do this very well.
Kind of like,
So there you go.
Okay. You hear something drag away from the door, Granny, and it opens a little bit, and he'll say, "You're not possessed, are you?"
No.
Sassy's just
I
like,
don't think so.
If I'm
That's just how they're born.
No,
I mean, you're
not by.
willing to-
Well, you do look. No offense, you do look devilish, but
My best friend is a unicorn. I'm a lovely person.
I mean, you're willing. If you want to, you can check. I don't really care.
Wait, what?
do you want to
Yeah,
touch
we-
the horns? They don't hurt. You can touch it.
will you let him touch you?
Wait,
You can touch my horns.
Sure.
That's fine.
Granny.
Stated. The Pikachu ear stands in for it.
He seems to take our holy symbol and kind of press it a couple places, and then
see if it burns.
yeah.
Which I'm assuming it doesn't just because I'm a tiefling, right? That's not a thing.
No, yeah, you're fine.
Okay, good.
You're not evil or anything.
Okay,
He's not
Gary
casting a
is hella
spell.
tempted to use prestidigitation to make it look like it's singeing her clothes.
What the
She won't, but she
Wait,
wants
what?
to. No, very.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I don't want.
There's nothing. She didn't say anything.
No, I didn't say anything.
Nothing's happening.
Nope.
Okay. He is satisfied, and he comes out and says, "What seems to be the problem?"
Is this where we remove the cloak?
She's gonna look at Sassy and like expecting her to explain.
Well,
Is this where we remove the cloak?
oh, thank you so much for coming out to help us, first of all. And we have a bit of a problem. You see, we met this new friend, and he had a bit of an argument
He
with
fell down the
a set of stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and we were wondering if you could help
Nothing
us.
else.
Yeah.
You could help us, maybe. Well, y'all be quiet. If you could help us, maybe, put the finger back in his, heartbeat.
He'll kind of shamble over to the sheet, and he'll take the sheet off the eye, and he says, "Well, there's not much left of him, is there?"
Oh, other sheet. Other sheet.
Oh,
Other floating
kind
sheet.
of shamble over to the Tensor's floating
I
disc.
rolled down the stairs and is
It's
dead.
like, it's like a giant ass eye.
Yeah, whoa, what was he before, a giant? Oh, this guy. I gotcha.
The other ghost, the bigger ghost.
He'll kind of take off the sheet and look at him
This is fine.
and say, "Oh boy. This will require a donation to the church."
How?
How much?
What are we talking?
I open the bag
3,000
with the
gold if
wizard's
you have it.
shinies in
3,000?
and just show it to him. You
Hey,
can have all
raised
of
dead
this.
ain't cheap.
Hank said something, sorry.
I get.
I just take the bag that had all of the wizard's stuff I took that was shiny, just show it to him and say, "You can have all of this."
You mean the bag of holding that has all of our stuff in it?
I mean,
Just
all
the
of
shiny.
some of the specific things, but like some of this is
Yeah, 'cause
ours
if
that
you-
we're keeping. But there's a lot in here, guy.
Well, if you open a bag of holding, it just looks like there's nothing in it. It's like an empty space. You have
I'm
to,
gonna spill some of it
okay,
out onto
yeah,
the
you have to
floor.
reach
Then
in and
it's like I
say what you
yeah,
want.
we've got.
So if you
look
just
at how
say
shiny this stuff
wizard
is.
shit.
It's great.
and he'll say, "Okay, how about all this stuff in a favor?"
What's the favor?
What kind
What
of
kind
favor?
of favor we're talking?
Find out who's possessed in town.
Oh, well, yeah, we
Oh,
got
okay.
that covered, totally. 100%.
All right,
Okay,
that sounds fine.
bring the body downstairs.
Guys, are we playing Town of Salem? I love that game.
No, we're playing werewolf.
Oh, werewolf's
that
good
one.
too.
Wait, oh my god, is it a werewolf? Oh my god, priest, is there a werewolf? Is he possessed? Is a
What?
possession a werewolf? What?
What about werewolves?
I don't know, they're just fun.
Oh boy,
Just ignore her. Her mouth kind of runs a few.
she gets
miles past
excited.
Just like give it like a minute, and it'll just kind of meld into this background noise of just babbling.
Hey!
not my fault you talk so much.
But you shouldn't have
True.
to be mean about it. Twiglet, I thought you liked me.
I mean, she can like you. You still talk a lot.
Okay.
He's
He
gonna
will
curl up in the corner with her
Point to
cat.
Jurgi, and Jurgi will like collect some. It looks like priestly vestments.
Hi, Jackie.
And it's Jurgi,
Okay.
and he'll say, "Follow me," and he'll kind of start to walk
Okay,
down
Jordy.
some stairs into the back, in the back area, and he'll kind of lead to like a cold room, cold stone square room where it looks like he normally, probably prepares bodies to be buried, but he kind of shoves a body off of a slab and says, "Just put it there. I'll get that one later."
Barry's gonna go rifling through all of the like the embalming tools. You're like, ooh.
Don't touch those.
Oh, okay. And she sits on the floor, cross-legged, and pouts with her cat.
At that point, I'm just going to kind of look up at Granny and go, do we need another leash? I feel like we need another leash.
Hey!
Well, when she starts smashing kneecaps, maybe we'll think about it.
Yeah, I'm not violent. I'm just excitable.
Yes.
What do you mean?
You
Yes.
forget the whole reason I put you on a leash was because you put people in the
This
hospital.
was my idea.
Jurgi and Father Broom will kind of lift the old wizard. He's not too heavy. He's rail thin. And kind of plop him on the thing. Plop him on the altar. And he'll say, "This is going to take some time, and I got to get some stuff."
I have
So,
stuff. What do you need?
what? I need diamonds.
I want to help. Oh.
It's you don't have them, or else you wouldn't owe me a favor. I mean,
Did the
unless you have
wizard have a
$3,000
diamond?
worth- the 3,000 gold worth of diamonds.
Is it 3,000?
Did the wizard have a diamond?
No.
I wonder if the trumpet had a diamond in it. Trumpet? The thing you see in the... whatever.
He'll say, "Okay," and walk back up the stairs. And he'll say, "I need you to go talk to some townsfolk that I think
Which
are
ones are
possessed."
Which one? Which one's possessed?
Good, because we have done real great with talking to people so far.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
you know.
yeah, we're doing great.
You just need to
guys.
prove they're innocent of all crime
Oh,
and the town
Then how do we do that?
by making sure they're not possessed.
And how do we do that?
What kind of possession
That's what I'm
are we
hiring you for.
talking?
I don't know. Make sure they don't attack you. That's what happened to me.
Does anyone have
Terrible.
that one spell that like
Can you
makes people they can tell if they're evil or something? Does that help? I don't
I
know.
mean, like,
Uh,
detect
Oh, Zone of
evil?
Truth? Anybody have
No.
Zone of Truth?
I have
That's
Detect
Andy, the
Magic.
DM, saying that.
I
not-
have a hammer.
I have like a fun.
We can go with some more traditional interrogation if need be.
And
I have a +4 intimidation somehow.
Pretty good.
Neat.
I can heal people, and I can speak all languages. I could have spoken the language earlier, and I failed. I only have 2 spell slots, you guys. Like, I can't.
He'll say that his main suspects are the mayor. His name is Yuri.
Wait, which one? Oh, Yuri.
Yuri,
That's
the
the one, the
mayor
broken
of
hand, that's
Meladine.
not right.
Yeah, we need
Yuri
some
Karloff.
We need to find his comet. Wait, he's possessed by the comet.
He'll say Mad Rupert Merton.
No,
And
I bet he's like the tinfoil hat guy who really knows what's up.
Well,
maybe we should talk to him.
Solomon Walsh and his wife Myrna. Also, that guy, and he'll point to the corpse on the ground.
Oh,
Kind of hard to interrogate him.
Well, I know he was possessed
how do you know
Oh.
he was possessed?
because he attacked me.
Oh,
That's
why did
really.
he attack
Huh?
you?
Why?
Is he like a stranger? Is he someone that you knew?
Yeah, he's the gravekeeper.
Can you tell us anything about the encounter you had with him? Like when he
Oh,
attacked
yeah.
you? What,
Sure.
Was there anything strange about him that you hadn't noticed before?
Well, he attacked me, and he's
The
my
other
friend.
corpse? Not the wizard corpse.
Let's see.
It's not the wizard.
The other corpse.
No,
Yeah,
the,
no, not the wizard.
the
The,
corpse he
the
pushed onto the ground.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I need clarification. I thought the wizard was possessed. I was like, but the comet didn't even land near him. I think the comet's the possession, guys. I think the comet's like maybe a devil or some shit. And he flies.
He says that both him and Jurgi were attacked by the gravedigger with his shovel about 5 days ago. I'm sorry, about 2 days ago. My bad.
That's when the comet fell, you guys.
Yup.
Why is this
And
comet?
if you look at the body, if it's only been dead for 2 days, it doesn't look like it. It's all shriveled, and there's a giant hole in its torso, and a big bump on its head.
I want to do a religion check
Sure.
on the corpse.
I'll make that.
Why do you want to? What do you want to figure out with a religion?
I want to see if the comet fucked him up.
Okay,
I
how would
don't know if that's
religion
or
apply
not.
to that?
I don't know.
then?
He's.
Can I make a nature check?
Nature or Arcana would be a better check.
Does
Yeah.
this line up with
Alright.
anything that I've learned since joining the cult?
Alright, that's not bad.
The what?
Yeah, but don't worry about it.
What?
Make an intelligence
I asked you
check.
questions as to what
Do you
Toad's
have
been up to.
Do you have Arcana?
I don't have it. I don't have proficiency, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. What do you
Well, I got a
what
12.
intelligence skill do you make an intelligence check with proficiency? There we go.
Okay.
That's easy.
I made my nature check and it was 18.
I'm sorry.
That was a 10.
10 from Twillin.
I know.
rolled better for.
I got an
a
18.
18. Oh, good job. Great. Okay, there we go. That's a good roll. Okay.
Yeah, I actually
You
rolled
got-
above a 10 this time.
Yeah.
Yay! Was it the same D20?
No, I used the other one.
See, there we
Good.
go.
I got a 14 on a nature check.
Okay. Okay. Well, he's definitely dead. And this
Good to know.
doesn't really match up with any like undead you would be familiar with either. He's not a zombie of any kind. If anything, Granny, you got an 18, right?
18.
It looks like he's been infected with some kind of spore.
Mushroom comet.
Welcome to The Last of Us.
Welcome to The Last of Us, where
So,
we do D&D.
Your friend, he just attacked you out of the blue. Can you tell us anything about were you just walking into the graveyard? Did he say anything before he attacked you?
No, he didn't
Did
say
he
anything.
act
He just attacked us with a
Funny a
shovel.
little bit beforehand.
Maybe
Sorry?
a bit mushroomy.
Is it like those ant things, and that means that if you get contact with them, then everyone else gets it too?
Granny, does it seem
Wait, what?
congested?
What?
Wait, what?
Is that the DM saying what, or is that NPC
No,
saying
that's
what?
him. He doesn't understand your metaphor.
Oh,
Wait, Granny, is it?
it's fine.
Okay.
Is it congestive? No, contractable.
Contagious.
Contagious?
That one. Thank you, Tiglet.
Do I know if it's contagious?
Does it seem
With your check,
contagious?
you do not think it is contagious. At least not
Oh.
from this guy.
Okay.
Oh, well, I don't think it's very contagious from... We're not going to get it from him.
Was
But, you
was
know...
he in the graveyard at the time?
No, he came to the church and attacked them there. Yeah.
You know,
Did
the
he?
Earth takes every single one of us at some point, but it seems it's taking him a little bit quicker than.
So, was this guy anywhere near Yuri's house or anything maybe that day or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
It seems.
I don't know where. I don't know what his normal routine is.
Well,
He's-
you're not very helpful.
Do you know
when I'm-
where his house was?
Well, I do know where his house was. He lives in a shack out by the graveyard. Yeah.
Is
I
that
check and see
where
if the
Yuri-
corpse has its keys on it.
Okay. It does have
Oh,
a set of
that's
keys on
smart.
it.
Okay, take them.
What else is on the corpse?
Yeah, what else? Do I find anything else while I'm going through his pockets? Some coins, maybe?
You find
Hopefully,
a
please.
couple coins that
Neat.
are unlike ones that you would be carrying with you. They're similar composition gold, but they just have different designs on them.
They are shiny. That
They
is
are
really the important thing.
And he has an old
I trade
dirty
you a gold for
shovel.
gold.
How heavy is a shovel?
Is there anything on the
Super heavy.
shovel that's maybe unusual or would you know give
Um,
us any sort of clues?
You can see dried
And it
blood
kinda-
on it, but Father Broom will say that that's Jergy's blood.
For jerky.
Gonna kind of heft the shovel, heft my hammer. My hammer's heavier. I'll drop the shovel.
Your hammer's heavier, yeah. But the shovel has a sharp edge. It would do
Those are
slashing
overrated.
damage. Okay.
Alright.
Hank only likes it if it can make knees crunch.
Gritty will turn back to Father Broom and she'll be like, when should you expect us back to have this old knocker back alive?
Well, either myself or Jergy is going to have to go to one of the big towns. 2 days?
Jerky, you can come with us.
That works.
Oh, wait. Okay. Bye, Jerky.
Can we go to an inn and get some food?
Oh.
We haven't.
Why don't we go to an inn?
inn?
We have a choice of 2 vacant houses right now.
Before we leave, Tulin just goes, if he says something weird like people attacking him, it's probably resurrection madness. It happens a lot.
Think about it. I got my D100. I'll roll it. Okay.
Okay, so I'd say, what do we want to do first? Do we want to go try to check out the Gravedigger's house or the mayor's house?
I want to go to sleep.
I mean, again, we can go to the Gravedigger's house because it's ours now. I have the keys.
Well, don't you want to go home?
What?
We could go back to, like, Waterdeep maybe at some point. I don't know. You want to stay here?
Well, my dear, we don't know how. It may be if we're actually nice to these people, they'll tell us.
Hey, I was being lovely, and then he was rude to me, and then you killed him.
That I did.
Whoa. That feels like it's really shuffling the blame, but okay.
I mean, I'm grateful. I get the gesture. It was kind, but I mean, I've done nothing but be nice to these people, and for some reason, people just don't like my friendly attitude. I don't get it.
Those people are boneheads, my dear. Don't worry about them.
You're right.
So we go in Mayor's house, Gravedigger, or in.
I vote Gravedigger.
Because to egg, that's just it. Gravedigger and inn are the
I'll
same
go
thing.
to the Gravedigger if I might give
Yeah.
you
I mean, if we go to an inn, we have to pay them money.
I have money.
But we can keep the shinies.
I mean, I guess I could at least get change, and then I'd be more shiny. If I had all my gold and silver, then I'd have more shinies. Yeah, same money, just more shiny. Anyway, Grave House, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
I guess.
Okay. You guys walk to the edge of town and you see kind of a rickety old picket fence surrounding a circular burial ground. It's not too far away from the church.
There aren't any gallows here with someone hanging from them. Are
No.
there? Good.
And you see 23 tombstones. And can I get a perception check, please?
Oh, not bad, actually.
That was bad.
Like the first time this episode.
9, but I get the feeling you're about to give us words on the gravestones, which I couldn't read anyway.
Okay.
I only got an 8, so
I got a 17.
I got an
Oh, there we
8
go.
too.
Out of 15.
Okay. 15 and
sleepy.
17. So the 8 and under, there's a little shack.
Yay!
Um,
Ah,
The two higher...
Everyone else, you see dead
Yeah.
people.
Granny and Twillin, you notice amongst the plots, one of them has only recently been filled in. And then there is a small little shack that presumably is the gravedigger's house.
What does the gravestone on the most recent one look like?
It says the name Klaus Unger.
He sounds like someone who makes beer.
Is there? Well, is that all that's there, or
He sounds like
it's
one who
just-
ungs.
okay?
It's just a name, yeah. But it looks new. I'm sorry, wait. No, it looks old. The gravestone looks old, but the plot is freshly buried.
Gritty is gonna walk towards it, but she's gonna be like 10 foot pulling it with her cane, with her stick. She does not want anything popping out of the ground and grabbing her.
Okay.
Do all the gravestones look like around the same age as this one, or is this just like notably old or with a notably new grave?
It is a weird dichotomy. The other stones are of varying ages, but this is the only plot that looks like it's been freshly buried. And again, you can see gravestones that look newer than this one.
Okay.
I mean, I'm probably
This
within
is-
10 feet of Granny, so I'm just gonna go, why are you poking at it? It's dirt.
It's not like a notable great name, is it?
No.
Does anything happen as she gets closer?
Are there any dates underneath the name? Just the name?
There are dates. It says 700 to 784.
Barry would
Do
like to
we know
know
what year it is now?
When you were last on the Sword Coast, it was 1493.
This homeboy should not have been getting up and moving around out of his grave.
Barry would like to dance on the grave.
Okay. You go ahead and dance on the grave.
Yay! La, 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 la. I wonder if he's gonna wake up.
I think that's what some people call sacrilegious.
Oh,
What does sax have to do with it?
I just know words.
Overrated.
She'll pat the dirt down and be like, "I'm sorry, mister. I just wanted to see if you were awake. I'm sorry. Bye bye."
So
Doesn't seem
from the
good. Sorry.
from the looks of it, does it look like there's anything in the grave? Like it looks like someone took the body out?
It looks like there's still a coffin in there. It doesn't look like the dirt is still piled on top of something. It doesn't look like it's like sunken in or anything.
So I'm gonna look at Granny. I'm gonna look at her poking at the grave. Look back up. Back down. Should I have kept the shovel?
Yeah.
I mean, it might have been useful. You didn't really have a reason at the time.
I'm gonna go get the shovel. I'll be back. Oh wait, I have a better idea. Could I? No, that's a bad idea.
Okay, can we just look for shovels in the gravedigger's hut?
There's a couple shovels
That's a
leaning up
better
against
idea
his
than
hut.
my
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
was gonna- I
All right,
was
cool.
gonna and teleport into the grave and see if I could push the dirt up, but that's stupid.
You can only teleport to a place you can see.
Oh.
Or if you know exactly
Yeah,
where
if
you're
you-
going, you can
if
set a
you-
dix and a direction.
Yeah, like
I would
been
like
there
to
before.
go 6 foot downwards. No, okay.
I cannot recommend against that enough.
Yeah.
That's the worst plan.
Yeah,
As they
there's a reason
Digging up the
Nightcrawler
grave
doesn't teleport to where you can't see. Sorry, go ahead,
As-
Swellen.
as they're digging up the grave, Twillen's just sitting there reading the book that she stole from the astronomy tower.
Yeah, someone probably brought me a shovel, and let's be real here, I'm the one doing the manual labor and digging up the grave.
Hey, Sassy's helping.
Second shovel.
As they are digging, Twillin, the raven looks at you and then looks at the book and says, "Oh, we were so close, but not here." And mists swirl around you and you fade.
Mhm.
Here we go.
No!
The rest of you dig up the plot. You pull out the coffin. Do you open up the coffin?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? We've come this far.
You open
What
it
else
up,
are you gonna do with it?
and you see another corpse that looks a lot like the corpse you saw in the church. Like, it's disfigured in the same way. It's gaunt and has a huge gaping hole in its chest.
That's gross.
And
Ew.
that is where we will end tonight.
Have fun. So we killed an old man, stole his house, dug up a grave, stole someone else's house.
Don't
Go
forget they
us.
danced on a
And our
grave
new
and
friend was
swept
lost
that
in the
Right.
mists.
And we only rolled a single crit fail.
Good
Yeah,
job, guys.
we're doing better.
But we rolled probably one of the worst crits in history. Good lord.
I mean,
Yeah,
I just
and our crit
rolled
fail was
really
actually a
falling
success, so there's that.
down. Okay.
Everything we succeeded at was suboptimal. It's fine.
Thank you guys for playing.
Oh, thank you for DMing.
Of course.
Oh,
Yes.
that was a great game.
I'm so glad I was
You're
in
not
This-
in
this-
Barovia.
this is
I
good.
told you you weren't in Barovia.
I did not draw as much as I did
Barovia
last time,
adjacent,
so-
Next to
apparently.
You're
Barovia.
Barovia adjacent. I didn't say you weren't near it.
Could throw a rock and hit Barovia
Yeah.
from here, probably.
Throw a rock
They're rocking it to one.
rod in the head and he's go, oh.
So, let's do plugs real quick. I'm Andy Hatton, at Andy Hatton on Twitter. God of Rhodes on Twitch and YouTube. Check it out. 7 next week. Barcrawl will be back to invade their evil wizard castle. Don't worry about it.
They'll be less suboptimal than we were.
Yeah. Jay.
Yes.
They so far have a track record for rolling much better than we
I
do.
mean, soup alone.
I mean, yeah, it's not like we were giving them much of a challenge.
Yeah.
We set the bar pretty low, so
Um,
Yeah.
go team!
Yay!
Jay, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Just my Twitter, at JRashu. It's there on the screen. It's just my name. I'm also Metalwork Pegasus on Tumblr, and I don't expect that to update unless I finish anything. So it's just there if you want to see some stuff I've made.
Cool. Zom.
I am Zombalog on Twitter, Tumblr, pretty much if you search Zombalog, it's all going to be me. I've got a book out that you guys should go buy. It's Unlucky by Zom Barber. You can get it on Amazon. It's available in all regions, either the digital or the print version. And I'm also going to be doing a stream tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock, I believe. I have to double check the time. But I'm going to be running a campaign through the Dragon Age tabletop game. And so we're going to be doing a stream of that tomorrow evening. Will be our first stream where we sort of do the character creation stuff. And that's going to be on my Twitch channel. It's Zombalog. So twitch.tv/Zombalog. So yeah, come check that out if you like Dragon Age or you want the game work.
Awesome. Mira.
Hi, I am at Birds and Nerds on Twitter, at Nerds and Birds on Instagram, and that's usually where I post my digital art and my traditional art. I do a mix of both, and I just posted my first WIP for my zine piece. That's chugging along, but yeah,
Great. It's fabulous.
Awesome.
thank you.
Aaron.
Hi, I am Chromathesia on Twitter and Tumblr. I do have a work in progress picture of my thing on my Twitter. It is literally a circle that I labeled Simon because finals week just happened for me and
Sure.
I couldn't actually work on it.
Yeah.
So
I love
that's,
it.
That's all
what
you
I-
need.
what I-
It's all you need.
that,
yeah.
that's all I'm going to submit for the zine, just a circle that says Simon on it.
But it
Yeah.
says Simon in really fancy letters,
Yeah,
guys.
it's
It
Like,
is
it's
very
super
nice
cool.
handwriting.
No. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Okay. Awesome. And thank you, Twillin, for joining us.
I missed Twillin. Twillin's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
Um,
Twiglet.
Twillin's like a strange, chaotic being within a neutral good shell, which is a really great time.
And Holly.
Hi, I am Holly. I am tired because it's 1 a.m. and I'm English. I do art too, sometimes, maybe more. I don't know. And I post that on Twitter and Instagram, and my Twitter is at Holly Hemlock, and that's somewhere. And then you can follow my Instagram maybe if you want, and you can find that through my Twitter because I made it a weird handle and I can't remember how to say it. It's Holly Hemlock and then art, but there's a bunch of hyphens and I can't remember the order. So it's probably just Holly hyphen Hemlock hyphen art, and I'm being dumb. But anyway, I draw sometimes with.
Yay!
Okay, great. And
I'm sorry.
I'll be back here next week at 7
Yay!
for more streaming.
Yay!
I will try
Yay!
to watch, but
Thank you guys for
I
watching.
doubt it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.